Design is to create things, maybe, or to make simple things that people can use without, instructions like that. My name is Andrea Braccaloni, and I'm one of the 4 founding partners of Leftloft. Leftloft is a design company based here in Milan, and we have a very small office in New York. We are graphic designers, and we try not to specialize in a single aspect of graphic design, but we are interested in most of graphic design, aspects. So we do branding, we do signage system, we design alphabets, type design. We design magazines, we design books. So we try to we do web design, of course. So we are not very interested in the techniques or in very peculiar aspects of the discipline, but we want to design where it is possible. So that's why we always try to focus on not to focus in a way. There's a common ground between most of visual arts, and I think that architecture can be, it's a polytechnical activity, but it's also a visual art from my point of view. So there is a common ground, which is history of art, history of architecture. They all try to pick up ideas and mood and atmosphere from this. I think that the spirit of time is the most important thing, where various disciplines take their ideas and so I think that studying architecture has been very useful. Like studying art was very useful because we did it also because we are forced in university. And history of art is the basis, because graphic design was born during commercial, with industrial revolution and stuff like that. So and just typography is older than that, and from my point of view, if you don't know, at least you don't love the history of art, you cannot do graphic design. Or you can do it, of course, but you won't be nothing more than than a nerd behind a computer. So I think that culture makes the difference. I think that Bruno Munari had one single idea, very simple. It was always ironical, even iconic in a way, because, for example, in this case, he took a fork and he just played with it. Always with a very simple idea. He took it and make it live. From an object, it can make a character in a way. So this was Munari. Very simple ideas, very close to the very essence of design from my point of view. So everything can be design, everything can be a project, and one of the things I like the most is not a project really. He always talked about fruits and vegetables like product designs. So while he talked about beans, he considered the envelope of the bean, and it was a perfect, and it was absolutely true. It was a perfect, packaging, because the beans are very well protected. They're all linked together by a single sort of cable or whatever to be fed. So even with the orange is the same, so that the skin is pretty soft and can protect the seeds, which is the goal of the food. So this was, I think, nice. So it was light and poetic and incredibly understandable. And I think if you like him, you can understand what he's design about. We started working for Documenta 3 years ago, and the exhibition has been launched this June. I think the 8th of June. And it was very long and a big effort for us, because at the end we did more than 100 of these books. For each artist there is a book. There is this guidebook which is about every participant of the exhibition. There is a logbook where there are the artworks actually exhibited in, because most of the artworks are site specific, so that's why the production has been done a little bit later. And there is the book of books, which is that one, which is the book about all the booklets that went out. Our idea and the curator was agreed, you know, that the idea was stronger than the single artifact. So, so we tried to make it as simple as possible. And we really had fun, and you know, we just, you know, applying a system more than a manual. You know, there is no manual because it's very simple. It's a grammar more than a real visual identity. We did all the restyling of the color palette and on the point of presence in shops. We redesigned completely all the icons. I think this is the most reproduced small design we did, you know, because wherever you go, you can find one of those, and our icons are there. We've been asked by Corriere della Sera art director Gigi Collin. We've been asked to design a custom typography with them. It was the first time in Italy, from what I know, that a completely custom family was designed for a newspaper. And so we designed the Brera, which is the sans serif font. The idea behind it was to accept small stretches, and more because it was, you know, it was closer to the contemporary, you know, type design, you know, mood or feeling. So it's something between geometric and humanistic font in a way. And the second type family was the Solferino. Brera is the name of the neighborhood where Corriere is, and Solferino is the name of the street. And Solferino, the idea behind it was to make something in between a Scotch Roman and an Italian typeface. And the process took something like 1 year and a half. Then the project freezed for a while, and then finally, after a few releases in 2011, last year, now all the 41 weights are in use in the newspaper. It took 5 years, but you know, they finally did it. Triennale Design Museum started 5 years ago, if I'm not wrong, and the idea is to have a permanent collection there. And for the first time this year, it was about graphic design. So we've been very honored to be assigned this task. We worked together with Silvano Nicchiarico, which is the president of Triennale Design Museum, Carlo Vinti, Giorgio Camuffo and Mario Piazza, which are the curators, and Fabio Novembre, which is the architect. We did the exhibition design for the permanent collection. So we try to work with colors, of course, and in order to make something very consistent between the physical space and the artifacts we did this pattern. We use it in just solid colors like Fabio did here, and we also used it in a smooth way like we did on the glasses of the bridge here. So this is the entrance. It's like, if you see the plan and live, you can understand it. It's like an open book. We also did this catalog with Corraini, which is the publisher. The book is divided in different sections. The idea behind this catalog, the graphic idea behind it, it was like it was the paper version of the exhibition from our point of view. So we prepared a sort of background, which was like a table with a color, with the main color of the section, and above it we put stuff, we put things. Okay, and the stage is been by these white boxes and spaces, which from page to page, organize the space and work as a composition help. I think what is design? It's a big question. I don't know completely. It's the art of making questions in order to receive, the indications you need in order to go further, from my point of view. So it's a very dialectic activity. And I think that from my point of view, graphic design, like I said before, is very, very different from being an artist, because without a field, without a briefing, without a client, without someone to work with, there is no graphic design at all. Can be, you can design just for the sake of designing or looking for beauty. I think that beauty is something enough to live for, probably. But I think that design, the technical definition of it is a relationship. So it's not a non-anistic activity.